Man like Robbie here. We're here for the game today at the Hawthorns, where Arsenal are going to be taking on West Bromwich Albion. Also today we're going to tell you about the other Premier League games, but let's start with this game. Now, will there be a plane flying over this ground today? There's been this big rumour going on all week that some of the disgruntled Arsenal fans who want Wenger out, we're going to charter a plane and fly it over the stadium, a bit like what they did to David Moyes all those years ago at Old Trafford. Now, whether it's going to happen or not, it's in doubt. I mean, there's other stories coming out now that the plane's been cancelled because of the bad weather. Other people are saying that, well, hold on, the weather ain't that bad, and it don't look that bad to me. I mean, I just came off of a plane that just came from Germany and it flew in. So is it because they've had a change in heart about the plane flying? Listen, nobody knows. We'll find out later on whether the plane flies over or not. Whether it does or not, this is an important game for Arsenal Football Club. They really, really need to win this one. I mean, they're 5 points behind Liverpool. They do have 2 games in hand, but slip up today against West Brom and it's going to be major, major problems for Arsenal and Arsene Wenger to get into that top 4, which basically is the target now. There's no chance of winning the league, and if they lose today, there could be no chance of getting in that top 4 as well. So this is a vital, vital game for Arsenal and Arsene Wenger, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens. The early kickoff today, it's going to be a good game. Now, Everton are taking on Hull City later on, and interesting that you saw in the papers today that Ronald Koeman is urging fans of Everton not to boo Romelu Lukaku. Wow, you think to yourself, amazing. Romelu Lukaku, their top goal scorer, the guy that's really been leading from the front this season. But he came out with some rather naive comments this week where he spoke about, you know, ambition. He hasn't signed that new contract, even though his agent said he was 99.99% sure to sign. He hasn't signed that, and it's angered a lot of Everton fans. And you think to yourself, why has this all come out this week? Why didn't they wait until the end of the season? And there's a lot of very angry Evertonians, and will they turn on Lukaku today, or will they get behind him? Well, Ronald Koeman is urging those fans to get behind him today. It's a big game for them. Listen, they could conceivably it be in the top 5 by the end of today. They're really storming up the table, up against Hull City. Hull, 1 minute they're performing well, the next minute they're slipping back a bit. It's really tough for them, but they have been playing well. They will put up a good performance, and it should be a really interesting game. Now, Sunderland got a very important game today at home against Burnley, and this game has gone under the radar a bit because, yes, it is that 6-pointer what we all hear about, but it's a massive game for Sunderland. If they lose a game today, they'll be 6 points off, staying in the out of that relegation zone, and it could even be 9 points if teams like Palace and that win, which you would expect Palace to win today, they could be 9 points of safety. And with games running out and the type of games that Sunderland have coming up, I'd have to say that will be it as far as I'm concerned. It is such a vital game for them. They're up against a team that have been terrible away from home, Burnley. So if they're ever going to get points at home, it's got to be today, Sunderland. And as I said, if they lose, and I look on it and I say, what is the excuse for Sunderland? Because you look at a team like Burnley, who they're playing today, they don't have the budget of Sunderland. They're not able to buy as many, expensive players as they can, at Sunderland. They don't have a big ground like Sunderland, 40,000 capacity. What is the excuse? They've got David Moyes in charge. It's just been a real mess at Sunderland, and they really, really, really need to get 3 points today. Lifestyles of a footballer, eh? Some of the West Bromwich Albion players' cars. Listen, let me just quickly run through the rest of the fixtures for today then. Crystal Palace, as I said, they're taking on Watford, and as I said, if they win that game today, 9 points they could be potentially above Sunderland, who are bottom of the table at the moment. Stoke City taking on Chelsea now. Basically, again, if Chelsea win this game today, which I fully expect them to do so, I just can't see them being caught. I mean, they'll be 13 points ahead. Yes, other teams will be playing tomorrow, but I think Chelsea, it's their title right now. They'd have to have a monumental slip up to not win the league now. West Ham are taking on Leicester City. Leicester, of course, who were drawn against Atletico Madrid yesterday, had a really tough game during the week, so it's going to be tough for them, but it's a big game for them as well. Let's not forget, take away all of the glamour of the Champions League and that, they are still in relegation trouble and they really need points. So this is a big game for them. And West Ham away from home won't be easy for Leicester. You know, West Ham will be gunning to get a victory. And the 5:30 kickoff is Bournemouth versus Swansea City, a 6-pointer. Bournemouth, basically, I think if they won that game, they could more or less say to themselves that they're going to be safe, that they will stay in the division. Swansea, who have been doing really, really well under Paul Clement, if they win it, again, they'll be making big strides to keeping their safety in the Premier League. So a lot of big games going on today. Probably the biggest one taking place here at the Hawthorns, apart from there's Chelsea and Stoke as well. Those are the two big games of the day. But thanks for watching MLR Daily, and we'll be back around about the same time tomorrow.
Man like Robbie.